Did you know that the T and D sounds sound the same at the end of words in American English when the next word starts with a vowel? I'm Christine Dunbar from SpeechModification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent training. In this mini lesson, we'll look at linking T and D, or the flap sound, in American English. So at the ends of words, when I have a phrase like get a, I don't say those words separately, and I don't use the t of get. I don't say get a in American English. It sounds more like get a. I use a flap for that T, same as I use a flap in the middle of words like water and better. Check out our mini lesson for those words here. In geta, if I rewrite it like geta, it might help my brain to correctly pronounce this in phrases. So rather than get a pencil, it sounds like get a pencil. We'll come back and practice on all of these phrases in just a moment, give you a mini lesson for practice. Right now we're doing the teaching portion, and then we'll do the practice portion. Get in the is going to sound more like get in. Sorry, not get on, but get in the. Get in the. Get in the. So get in the car, get in the groove, get in the moment. Then, similarly, rather than I need with a released D, a strong D sound, I need the D is also a light flap linking into the word So thinking about that is sounding like I need I need a minute, I need a friend, I need a cup of coffee. Same thing with he had I'm not making those breaks. I'm linking had and he had that'll sound like he had a friend, he had a good time. One other change that we make with he had is that in casual speech I might drop the H sound, the h of had, and it might sound a little bit like he had a. As I'm linking the E to the A of had, I have a little bit of a y glide in there. He had a good time. He had a friend. He had a good idea. It's also okay to do he had a, but you might notice in connected speech, native speakers tend to use he had a good time. So the lesson here, using a flap sound when you're linking from a T or a D to a vowel sound. Now some practice. You can watch if you're a visual learner. You can also just listen and repeat. I'll say the words and a phrase, and in this lesson what I'd like to do is give you some modeling so you can listen and repeat. Try to use your ear to help you. And then I also suggest that after each phrase, pause and try a few phrases on your own, because the idea is that when you're listening and repeating, you're going to get some practice for how it should sound, how it should feel, how your mouth should do it. And then you want to take that and apply it into your own speech. So if you just imitate me saying, get a pencil, and you don't go on and add your own phrases, you may be able to say that phrase, but it'll be easier and more natural in your speech if you practice first imitating and then creating your own. So for example, for the first one, we'll do the imitating part, and then I'll tell you what to do, ask you to pause, and you can do it. So let's try. Get a pencil, get a new phone, get a coat, get an idea, get a glass of water, get a cup of coffee, get a sandwich, etc. Now, what you should do is, I probably went a little fast there, so next time I'll go a little more slowly, and you can repeat after each phrase. Then you can pause and add your own phrases. So you're going to start and you're going to think about what else you could get. And I suggest think of the word first, because if I start just with get a, then you'll see it'll happen like what I just did, get a, and then you're thinking and you lose the phrase. So I'm going to think, come up with my idea, and then I will fill it in. So I will think, glass of water, then I'll say the whole phrase, get a glass of water. Tissue, get a tissue. Pen, get a pen. Piece of paper, get a piece of paper. Okay, pause the video, pause the audio if you're just listening, and do a few phrases with getta yourself. Warm up, say getta, so that feels really natural to you, and then fill in the blank, start to apply this everyday common phrase. After the pause, we'll come back and we'll look at get in the. Okay, for get in the, you may want to practice this without any other words first, going slowly, get in the, get in the. The in the is also linked together. Your N sound may change slightly where you are not going to make a break there in the, but rather in the, have your tongue ready for the TH sound. You can check out more about how to practice with in the and that combination in this video. All right, once I can do get in the by itself, I'm going to add some other words. Again, first I'll give you some models you can imitate, then pause and come up with your own phrases for get in the. Here we go. Get in the groove. Get in the car. Get in the group. Get in a good mood. Get in the kitchen. Get in the neighborhood. Get in the house. Okay, pause. Try a few more phrases with get in the or get in a yourself. Next, final D, also a flap. So I need a, practice just the phrase I need a, I need a. Now fill in the blank. And again, when you're practicing by yourself, think of what's going to go in the blank first so that you say it the whole phrase smoothly. For example, cup of coffee, I need a cup of coffee. Drink of water, I need a drink of water. Moment, I need a moment. Friend, I need a friend. Break, I need a break. Pause, try a few of your own. Next, he had a, and notice that I may be saying he had a with that linking and dropping of the H of had. Do it either way, whatever comes most comfortable for you. The main focus here is on the hadda. You can also start with just hadda, and then you won't have to worry about whether or not that he hadda or he hadda happens. So that would sound like hadda, had a good time, had a friend over, had a fun weekend, had a lot of work. Now let's try some with he had a good time, he had a sandwich, he had a great job, he had a fun time, he had a good idea. Pause, add a few of your own, keep practicing with the flapping T and D linking. Of course, many other common words end with T and D and can easily be practiced this way. I just gave you a few with get, need, and had. You can find even more details and more practice in our longer lesson, our teaching lesson for flap T and D linking, and our other mini practices for flap T and D linking. I hope this helped you, and check out more details in our online courses on speechmodification.com. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com.